Hello, dear student. Today we are going to discuss a very wonderful poem for class 4, that is unit number 4.1, the poem Why. The poem itself has a question, why? When you listen the word why at that time, in your mind there are too many questions. If you look about the great people, if you think about them, those very great people, the scientists or those who are now, when they were in their childhood, they were asking so many questions to their parents, to their elders as well. And that's why what happened, the parents, the elders are complaining that why do children ask so many questions? Because sometimes the questions are very easy, we can answer them, but sometimes the questions are very difficult. And because of these question actually they become great people. So dear children, through this poem we are going to motivate ourselves to ask question. I will request you all to ask questions, because questions are only important steps, important, we can say, base for you to get knowledge, to acquire knowledge. So let's see the poem exactly what the child has a question, or how many questions he has, which questions can we answer, which can we not. So let's go for a poem and discuss about the poem, what exactly the points to be noted. So let's see the poem. The child is asking these questions to us, so let's see what questions he's asking. I know a curious boy, I know a curious. So let's see a poem. I know a curious boy, I know a curious little boy who is always asking why. Why this? Why that? Why then? Why now? Why not? Why by the by? Okay, look at the question what is asking. Curious. Curious means what here? He wanted to know so many things. Curious means eager to know something. So in this poem we have a small little boy, and that boy want to ask many questions because he's a curious, he want to know, and he's always asking the question why this, why that, why it is happening, why that is happening, why he is coming, why he is going. So many questions. If somebody is calling him, then he will say, why are calling me now, why are not calling me now, why and why. So many questions the child has, and he has asked in the first chapter, first stanza, that the child is curious. He is a small boy and he is asking the question with why. So let's see what question he is asking in the second stanza. He wants to know why wood should swim. Wood means what here? Tree wood, we can say, the tree wood. So he wants to know why wood should swim, why lead and marble sink, why sun should shine and wind should blow, and why we eat and drink. Okay, look at the questions he has. Okay, so he wants to know the first question, that is why wood should swim. Wood, when you talk about the wood, a tree wood or a small stick also, we can take an example of it. This particular wood is swimming into the water. It is not going deep into the water. The reason behind this is the weight of the particular object is lighter than the water. The wood is not, wood is swimming into the water. The reason behind this, because the weight of the wood is less than the water. That's the reason that the wood is swimming into the water. Then why lead and marble is sinking? Sinking means going down to the surface of the water. So here lead and marble are the hard object. Marble we are fixing to the houses in the school as well. Lead is also object, pencil lead also we can say. So that particular lead is sinking into the water. It means is going deep into the water because the weight of the marble and lead is too much compared to the water. Whatever surface, the area is covered by that particular object. In that particular object, the weight of marble and lead is too much. Because of that reason, it's sinking into the water. Even you throw the stone into water, it's sinking. So that's a simple question. to answer. Now next question, let's see, this is a difficult question. Why sun should shine? Now why sun is shining? That is difficult question, because a planet, hot planet, and it gives, it's very a burning planet also we can call it, and that's why it shines so much. And why wind should blow? Now wind is blowing, it's a difficult question actually. Why wind is blowing, that's the question. And why we eat and drink? So we eat and drink to live our life. So look at the question. From this question, some are easy question for us, some are difficult question, we can't even answer them. So that's the second stanza. And let's go for the third stanza. What he wants to ask, he wants to know what makes the clouds. You might have learned in the previous chapter that how the clouds are formed, and why they cross the sky, why they're moving through the sky. That is also the question. Why they're not coming down on the earth? Difficult question again. Why sings the sun behind the hills? Okay, when the sun is setting in the evening, when sun goes down, at that time it goes behind the hills. So why it is going like that? And why the flowers die? Flowers, when you pluck it, from the plant, from the flower plant, when the flower dies very early, even it days it is there for some longer time, but after that it dies. So he has a question that why the flower dies. It should be there for longer time. So that's the question he asked in the third stanza. Now let's see for the fourth stanza what he's asking there. Some of these whys are not too hard. Definitely, if you look at these all stanzas, then we can see that some of the questions are not that difficult, like why wood should swim, why lead and marble sink. Okay, they are easy questions, but some of the questions are very hard if you try. Example like why sun should shine, why wind should blow, then why flowers die, then why sings the sun behind the hills. So these are difficult questions actually. They are too hard to answer. If you try even also to answer the question, you have to maybe rub your head, your brain to you have to be a little bit thinking about it, that why it is happening all this question. And sometimes even when we are at home, at the time we ask a question, we ask some question to the parents, to the mother and father, to the teacher. Sometimes some why questions answer even we cannot give, we are not able to give the particular answer as well. That's a difficult point. Others no one ever ate, what is saying at last, others no one ever ate has found the reason why. And the point is, has happened here now, nobody till date has found the answer for some of the question, that why this is happening, the reason why, what particular reason the particular thing has, that nobody has ever found. That's the question the boy has. And the same question we all have actually. We also have some other questions, okay, and that questions are really difficult to answer. That's what the poet wants to say here. So the child want to know many questions, and he wants to know many answer as well. So dear student, I will also suggest you to ask so many questions, because these questions help you out to get the knowledge, to acquire the knowledge. So from this poem you learn to ask so many questions and get the answer. I hope the poem is clear to you all. Thank you so much, and you enjoyed the poem as well.